All right.
Check, check. Okay.
Make welcome Corbin Hayslett.
Hey there. Howdy. How y'all doing this afternoon? Good, good. Well, thank you so much for coming out. This is a really special event for me. I didn't get to come up to Homecraft Days last year, but I'm really pleased to be here and be back up in Wise County. I tell you, it's so pretty. I can't get used to living in Johnson City. I gotta get back up here more often. Well, I've played a lot of different musics in different places. I never thought I would in the past year and a half, but I figured today I'd just kind of sit down and give you some of the real old-timey stuff, just some of the natural mountain music from right around here. Hope you enjoy it. I'm standing on old Elkhorn Ridge, true love by my side. I'm waiting on that eastbound train, help me take a ride. Road for $1 and a dime. Give that dollar to this gal of mine. That old dime, it's mine. Thank you very much. Thank you, folks. Well, I figured I'd... How are you, Alan? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Let's have a hand for Alan Maggard. Well, I figured I'd clarify a little something while I was up here. There's some ambiguity as to where I was born and raised. Some people say South Side. For a while, Scott County, Virginia claimed me, which I was all right with. Bristol claim him. I was born in Lynchburg, Virginia, but all my family is from up around Clifton Forge, kind of in the western part of the state. Clifton Forge was the headquarters of the C&O Rail Company for many, many years. A couple generations of my folks worked on the rails, hauling coal out of West Virginia. I'm going to sing about a little train wreck that took place just outside of Clifton Forge here. This is called The Wreck of the C&O Number 5. Hope you enjoy it. From Washington to Charlottesville, standing on the line, came the old Midwestern Limited, number 5 on time. She was the Cincinnati train, all the swiftest on the line, through the valley of Virginia into Clifton Forge on time. Now the engineer at Clifton Forge, Dolly Womack was his name. He was there to sign the register and to pull his speeding train, with his fireman Charlie Poteet, who was standing by his side and receiving their strict orders. They got in the cab to ride. Well, then Dolly to his fireman said, Charlie, well, you know, for many years I've had this run to ride the C&O. Well, now many years I've had this run, 25 in all, and when I pull for Covington, they're sure to know my call. From Covington to Jerry's Run, old number 5 did roll through the Allegheny Tunnel with its crew so brave and bold, and in the west on to the Mountain State, White Sulphur Springs on time, with orders to pull over there and take the East Main Line. Yes, sir. Very much. Thank you. Well, Dolly to his fireman said, Charlie, we're running behind, but when I pull for the Big Bend Tunnel, I mean to be on time. Said, you know, my engine is all right. She's a US, a mountain kind, 137. She gonna get us there on time. But 6 miles further down the road, she hit a broken rail. No more to pull old number 5, no more to pull the mail. Well, the engine did not overturn, but the steam pipe bust in two. 200 pounds of pressure killed poor Dolly, brave and true. Now when the brakes are set on time, life's throttle valve shut down, someday he'll pilot in the crew that wears the master's crown. With his clear blocked into heaven's gate, he'll pull his speeding train, and there in God's own roundhouse, he'll register their name. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's so nice to see so many friends in the crowd today. It's the other thing about living in the city, you see so many faces you don't know. There's just something reassuring about, ain't it? Ain't it? Well, down at East Tennessee State, there's a passel of good banjo players down there and a passel of good fiddlers, but they've been making me play the fiddle some lately. So this is your fair warning. I'm fixing to draw the hair across the strings. Figured I'd give you a couple of different tunes here. How about, hey, how you doing? We're about to do some dancing music if you want to dance. I'm gonna do you one here from Kentucky, kind of an old Kentucky fiddle tune, and how about one from Tennessee, and how about, let's see here, and how about one from just over the hill? in Scott County there. A couple little G fiddle tunes. Hope you enjoy them. Starting with, we'll all go to heaven when the devil goes blind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mercy. Should have got some of y'all to come up here and bang on the banjo and the guitar with me on that one. Well, you know, one of the things I love about the traditional mountain music from this region and from the South is it's such a personal music. You know, it's music made by folks about themselves, about folks they know. It's very personal music, I guess is one of the best ways of putting it. And I'm going to sing you what's kind of a descendant of an English ballad, a newer ballad. This one doesn't quite go back to the 13 or 1400s. Probably sometime in the early to mid 1700s, I'd say. And we'll get this mic up on the guitar a little bit more, and we'll play a little quieter there. Hope you enjoy this. It's called Early in the Spring. Real pretty song. Early early, early in the spring, I was pressed from home to serve my King. I left my own dear love behind, who'd often promised to be mine. For 7 long years I sailed on the sea. A trust in my love was true to me. By writing letters to my dear, but nothing from her could I hear. I rode up to her father's home, and loudly voice did sweetly call. Her father stepped out and thus replied, my daughter is married and you're denied. Now curse all gold and silver too, and curse the love that proved untrue. I'll go to sea, sail till I die, and sweep the decks where the bullets fly. There's more pretty girls as good as me. I did my own fair promise break, but only for my parents' sake. I'll go where fife and drum do play, where music ceases neither night nor day. I'll go to sea, sail till I die, and plow the waves rolling by and by. Yodelay, oh lay, lay, fee, fee, fee. Thank you very much. A little bit early in the spring. Well, I'm glad I brought this little device along. It's fairly fortuitous. Y'all know what that is right there? It's a shoehorn. No, it's shoehorn's first cousin. That's a jaw harp, mouth harp, trump, whatever you want to call it. And I had a really magnificent experience at my time at UVA Wise. I had a wonderful time there, and in particular, I got to go with Mr. Richard Gallion here and the UVA Wise Bluegrass Band over to Luxembourg, the country of Luxembourg. We stayed in I guess it was about a 15th century monastery, and I don't know, it gets better for this right here. They had some displays of things they had excavated there, and believe it or not, they had excavated a jaw harp from the site of this monastery from roughly the 15th century. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the oldest instruments, one of the oldest man-made instruments known. They're types of jaw harps that date back in Eastern tradition thousands and thousands of years. And yes, they played jaw harps in Jesus' time, just if you were wondering. This instrument, when folks came over here from Scotland, Ireland, Wales, all from Europe and settled in this region, a lot of times they couldn't bring along larger instruments, but they always could have their voice, and they typically could sneak one of these in their pockets. Now, this is an instrument of illusion. You don't really get melodies necessarily. You get one sound, and then you move your tongue and you move your mouth. It's kind of like a big kid kazoo. So here's the step-by-step. You got to grin like a possum. I used to teach kids how to do this. Grin like a possum. Put it on your teeth, and you just talk and read. You get all kinds of weird sounds with it. But a lot of times I've read of some accounts of this instrument replacing the fiddle. If folks didn't have a fiddle, guy must have had a big mouth to be loud enough to be heard. But I'm going to show you how this instrument can kind of mimic a fiddle. Woo. Any orthodontists in the house? Mercy. A little bit of jaw harp playing for you there. Well, you know, I said a little bit ago, it's really special to be back here playing Homecraft Days. I hate I wasn't here last year. 2 years ago was just an incredible moment for me because my set was kind of bumped right up against the sets of, let's see here, it was George Gibson and Lee Sexton. When it comes to true mountain banjo playing, you can't get any better than about those two. And it was a real treat being able to meet them and spend some time with them. Mr. Sexton needed an extra banjo, so he played mine, and we talked a little bit. But figured I'd play you a good East Kentucky banjo tune. Any folks here ever get the chance to meet Roscoe Holcomb? Yeah, I figured there'd be at least one, maybe some more. This is one that comes from Roscoe Holcomb, a little bit of old-time up-picking banjo. Hope you like it here. Short time to stay here and a long time to be gone. Fly down, little birdie. Come sing to me your song. thank you, folks. This is just fun right here. Ain't no need for a stage and mics. I'll just come down there and we'll sit and talk a bit. This is great. I'm tickled to be back here. Well, I hope I got time for a couple more. Don't have a timepiece on me. Well, I didn't hear a no, so that means yes. Okay. Oh, great. I'm sure we can go through like maybe 10 more banjo tunes in that time, can't we? What do you reckon? Well, this is a real pretty song, one of my favorites. It talks about wishing you could go home. But there's all kinds of reasons that sometimes we can't go home. But we always have that place, and we always have those memories deep within us. But this is one called Lamp Lighting Time in the Valley. There's a lamp shining bright in a cabin. In the window it's shining for me. And I know that my mother is praying for the boy she is longing to see. When it's lamp lighting time in the valley, still in dreams I go back to my home. I can see that old lamp in the window. It will guide me wherever I roam. In the lamplight each night, I can see her as she rocks in her chair to and fro. Though I've changed all my ways and I'll see her, but Lord, I never can go. When it's lamp lighting time in the valley, still in dreams I go back to my home. I can see that old lamp in the window. It will guide me wherever I roam. And she lights up the lamp and sits praying, for she knows not the crime I have done. But I've changed all my ways, and I'll see her up in heaven when life's race is run. When it's lamp lighting time in the valley, still in dreams I go back to my home. But I've sinned against my home and my loved ones, and now I must evermore roam. When it's lamp lighting time in the valley, still in dreams I go back to my home. I sinned against my home and my loved ones, and now I must evermore roam. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. 2 more. Sounds good. Sounds good. 2 works for me. Well, I guess that's one way of dealing with having the blues right there. I guess the sadder way of the 2. I'm going to give you another way of kind of dealing with the blues here. This is one that comes to us largely from Tommy Gerald, the magnificent fiddler from over North Carolina. This is about the hardships of being a farmer. We got any full-time farmers in the crowd? Maybe? Used to be? There we go. Okay, well, there you go. Same here, actually. Hope you enjoy this one. This is from the perspective of a really mean bug. Told the farmer, you better treat me right. I'll sleep in your granary, eat your corn tonight. Bo Weevil told the farmer, don't need no Ford machine. I'll eat up all your cotton canned by gasoline. Well, yonder goes a spider just climbing up the wall. I reckon he's a-going to have his ashes hauled. I don't see no fire, but I'm about to drown. I don't see no fire, but I'm a-burning down. Thank you very much. A little bit of Bo Weevil and Nancy Blevins. Well, I'm going to do just one more here, if that's all right. Whoop. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I reckon it ain't going to be on the banjo. That hasn't happened in years. Y'all must be good luck. Well, let's see here. I'll tell you what. Well, I was going to do a real pretty song. You know how that goes, don't you, Bill? Well, I was going to do a song and just say thank you to Sue Ella, Boatwright Wells. She just a magnificent person, I think we all know, in so many ways. And I feel greatly honored for the time that I was able to spend with her and get to know her. And so many of the ways that she preserves this music, carries it on for people, and I know it's something that we're all going to take up and forward. And they're doing a great job of that as of now, and I'm sure they still will. And I'll try and do another one in place. We'll see how this goes. Do want to tell just one story, little real quick story. When I got to go down to Nashville a couple years ago and record a song on this project, it was called Orthophonic Joy. That was all right, but the real treat of it was getting to spend about 12 hours in the car with Sue Ella and Beach. They volunteered to drive me and my dad down there, and bless their hearts, they sat in the studio in an uncomfortable chair for about 8 hours while we went through that, all for a $10 Nashville popsicle. But it was a real special experience. Let's see here. I'm gonna try and do this, and y'all are welcome to sing along if you'd like to. 1,200 miles its length and breadth, the 4 square city stands. Its gem-set walls of jasper shine, they're not made by human hands. It won't be long until I pass into that city fair, with 50 miles of elbow room on either side to spare. Sing it if you want to. Here we go. When the gates swing wide on the other side, just beyond that sunset sea, there'll be room to spare as we enter there. Room for you and room for me. For the gates are wide on the other side, where the fairest flowers bloom. Upon the right hand, upon the left hand, 50 miles of elbow room. Sometimes I'm cramped and I'm crowded here and long for elbow room. I long to reach for altitude where the fairest flowers bloom. It won't be long until I pass into that city fair, with 50 miles of elbow room on either side to spare. Let's sing it now. When the gates swing wide on the other side, just beyond that sunset sea, there'll be room to spare as we enter there. Room for you and room for me. For the gates are wide on the other side, where the fairest flowers bloom. Upon the right hand, upon the left hand, 50 miles of elbow room. Upon the right hand, upon the left hand, 50 miles of elbow room. Thank you so very much, folks. Thanks for coming out.
Mr. Corbin Hayslett.